Hey guys, it's Tim Paul. Welcome to my making of video for my Stay a While remix. I will explain a bit how I made the lead sounds, how I made the arrangement and stuff. And yeah, I would say we just listen to the first drop and then I will start to explain. Let's go. Okay, so this was the first drop. So I think I will start just with the with the first break. So here the most important thing here is the piano, of course. It's just a piano from Native Instruments Contact. So there it is. Pitched a little bit on the stuff here to make it a little bit more hard. Here's the effects chain, just random stuff like the glue, some compression, some EQing here, some EQing there, but this is not active. Fruity balance for loudness, volume control. And something I did here for the first time, and I think it's really cool, is to put a stereo enhancer up here to make one part of the chord progression more stereo. So if you listen to this, let me check how. So you hear this is like in the mid, and this here is more stereo. Yes, that's how I made the sounds a little bit different. Sounds more interesting, I think. That's the piano. Actually, it's not really exciting, so I will just go on with some claps. Then we have here the first plug. It's this one. It's actually a quite difficult plug because I made it out of 1, 2, 3, 4 different plugs. So this one, this one, this one, this one. Yeah, they sound a little bit the same, partial. I just started to layer the stuff until I felt good. I felt that it sounds good. Yes, this is all, I think it's all silent, maybe also some serum. Oh yes, here's serum, for example. Nothing difficult. I think they are partly some presets and they are partly self-made. I don't know where, but anything could be, or they are all, okay, it's all preset. So yeah, we have here 4 channels. I route the channels into one master channel. Here are again some effects going on, like EQing, OTT, of course, some Valhalla room for reverb, compression again, FabFilter Pro C2, And then I also have FX, so a sidechain. I sidechain the plug to a separate FX channel, and there I add some more Valhalla room. I don't know if you know sidechaining effects. If you don't, just type in in YouTube FL Studio sidechain channel or something. It just makes that the reverb first drops in when the note is played. Yeah, so we have in this part we have no reverb, and in this part then the reverb is getting louder. Yeah, just like sidechain the bass to the kick drum, I did sidechain the reverb. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, yeah, so here I added a bassline. Here, bassline. Very, very simple sub bassline made of two different synths. Yeah, they are actually quite equal. Well, no complex here. It's really very, very basic. Just added a little bit of distortion, some OTT, some filter, because I think I am using the filter as an automation for here, or I don't know. Is it active? Oh yeah, it's active. Okay. So yeah, filtered bassline. Okay, then of course it's getting interesting with the vocals. We have here the vocals. Yeah, so these are the original vocals from the Stay a While track, and I just decided to cut them a little bit because, yeah, it's getting a little bit more interesting, and I also added some volume automation. No volume automation. Oh, okay, sorry guys. Yeah, I added some pitch automation so that we have, like here, yeah, it has some pitch automation so that it's getting more interesting. Like pitch down, like if you all, you know what I mean? Yes. Yeah, here, cutoff frequency automation for the filter. Okay, yeah, I think this is... And I just noticed that I have also here some Valhalla room automation. Also some sidechain reverb. I don't know why I did this anymore. But yeah, it is there. So it's just the mix level of the Valhalla room volume. Okay. So here are some basic effects like this one here. Just a reverse version of the vocal by itself. Then here we have the breakbeat. It's just a simple Kashmir breakbeat. I modified a bit, so I did some cutting here to make it how I wanted. Also here again some effects for transitioning to the part where it goes to the build-up. So yeah, build-up is quite more complex than the first break. We have here like a delay, but a menu. Yeah, I did it myself by cutting here this one, and the volume also goes down here in the second part of the build-up. So, and I also added a pitch. Yes, that's the basics of the build-up. Then I also added again here my plug. This is, I think, it's reverse all again for the plug. Then we have again Valhalla room stuff, automating stuff for loudness, for balance, for whatever. And there is the snare drum. Yes, just Kashmir snare drum for the build-up. And I also layered it with a Oh, okay, with nothing. Oh, I thought this was on. Okay, cool. Yeah, so only the snare. But yeah, much more interesting is here the lead that's going on right now. Here I start with the bass drum and I start also with the lead. Here is the part where the lead comes in. And there's another one. Yeah, another FX from Kashmir for, yeah, getting it more, starting up, more energy, more stuff, getting it more complex. Then we have here some impact, of course. Yeah, then here, interesting part, the little fill in the build-up. Oh, what's this? Okay. So, sounds like this. Yes, this is one short drum fill. Then we have here a glitch, or two glitches. We have a mini sweep up. Together it sounds like this. And then we also have a part of the, pattern I made here. This is just a very, very basic init preset with a saw and a square, and yeah, did some tunes on it, and then it sounds like this. Yeah, then here again, it's just like all the same. I always use some distortion, some OTT, some EQing for cutting the low frequencies, correcting stuff here, and yeah, and also there's a pitch in here so that it goes like weird again. You know what I mean? And then it also goes to the drop already. Yeah, then here in the fill before the drop I have some ticking noises. And I did some stereo stuff, so I balanced it that it goes right, left, and less stereo, more stereo. So that it gets a little bit of dynamics in here. Then here again, mix up of snares and toms for the build up. Here's some automation for the snare volume. Yeah, I think that's it. Then here, of course, again the vocal, and then it gets into the drop. Okay, so yeah, drop is of course the most interesting part. I will just start with the lead sound. The lead sound is, I kind of developed the lead sound for a few tracks right now, so it's each track I'm working on, I'm adding a little bit, I'm tuning a little bit of the lead sound to make it better. The most important thing here is, I think, the automation of the reverb, so that it sounds better. I just will start with the sound by itself. Maybe I should... Where is it? Here is it. Okay, so... Yes. So this is the lead sound. Quite layered by 3 leads, I think. We have this here, silent. I can just play them one by one. Yeah, this is the most important lead sound. That's, signature lead sound. So in a preset, I made it by myself. I don't know how long it took me, but some day I had it. Then a few other things like this for more mono stuff, more for the mids. And also, so this is actually the core of the lead sound, but it has very much high frequency, so I added some for the mid frequencies to get it more, filled. Okay, so also some effects again, fab filter for EQing, OTT, distortion, de-esser here because it was really hurting the ears. because of the high frequencies. And yeah, master, I also have a distortion. Then I have again an OTT. I also use sometimes the glue here because it's the two plugins sound completely different, and depending on which lead sound I have, I use different compression. But very important is that if you have a layered sound, no matter if it's a lead sound, it's a bass sound, a plug sound, whatever, you should compress them in the master because it glues together the stuff, and it takes out some stuff of the dynamics, so it sounds more like one sound, and it's also better later in the mastering and mixing because the whole lead sound has like an equal volume balance. Then here the FX sound again, a sidechain for the Valhalla room, and this is just more like background, but most important is this Valhalla room here, this one. Because I'm automating here the decay and the depth of the Valhalla room, if you look at this. Yes, so this is the automation. It's a little bit like a sidechain because here, like here, sidechain, Valhalla room goes first quiet and then it gets louder and then it gets quiet again. But one effect you get with this in combination with the volume is that you have this stop like here. Yeah, the reverb doesn't continue if the sound is played. It stops here. That it gets a more impact on the second hit. You know what I mean? This is very important. I've worked really long to get this stuff together because I had really to struggle with the automation to get it sound good. So you notice that here in this part it gets a little bit more quiet. That's because I also added another plug sound here. Not another, but the same from the intro. I think I added it first here and then pulled it into the intro because I think it fits good. So if we put this together, we have like a little bit more changing stuff. You know what I mean? It has this like a little sound like a drop plug, and I love it. It's really cool. That's the lead sound. Then we come to the bass line. It's muted. So Bassline is 4 different presets made by myself, and I think I also use presets here, like this one. Actually very basic. This one here, it's just a sub. Third isn't even used here, and this one. Also this one is the most important again, the core. And I made it by myself. So that's one important thing if you want to get unique sounds, like signature sounds. Just try to tweak a little bit on your knobs here in the synthesizer. Just look to YouTube videos how to create this one bass sound. There are some tricks how to create some different noises, for example, and then you just have to trial and error, and someday you have it. Yes. Then I also automated the release of the bassline. So I went here in the parameters. Here, browse parameters. Then you can automate here stuff from Silent, for example, and you can do this with all plugins. And I did some automation with the release here. And I used this one automation for all 4 things, because if you want to know how to do this, just create an automation clip with the first synth, and then if you go to the second synth, you right click and you do some link to controller. So you can link here the button, the knob, to one of the automation clips. Yeah, these are all my automation clips. And then you can have one automation clip for automating 4 different things. Okay, yeah, that's the baseline. I also added some FX stuff here for getting it more crunchy. Yeah, some cashmere glitches, also some bass scroll. And all together it sounds like this. Then, yeah, of course, yeah, very important, also the piano here. It's just, again, a piano from Contact. And I did also some automation like the volume again, because it has to get silent here. And to get a little bit more bounciness, a little bit more dynamics into it. Then here, of course, the final filter. Let me just check. I think it's this one. Yes, it's not a filter, but it's a EQ, which is actually also a filter. And I just automated here the last part that it goes off. I don't know why I did this. Why did I do that? Oh yeah, here you can hear it. So if you have this. Yeah, in the last part, the filter goes down, so that you can hear it more clearly. Okay, then random FX stuff, like this one here. Just a reverse of the lead sound. Then we have some claps. Then we have some kick. Then we have some FX glitches, like this one here. Things you actually don't really hear in the track, but if it comes all together, it makes a difference. Then this one here, I love this. I always use this. This little turning up stuff in here. Yes. Then we have here a fill. Quite complex again. We also have here this stuff here. I automated again the pitch. Then some random stuff with the piano going on here. I have no idea. Okay, in this part I don't use it, so it's not important. And we also have here some fills from Kashmir, some vinyl scratch, some sweep, and here a little bit of the volume acoustic fill. Yeah, so that the snare here in the end of the sample is louder than the rest. And also again some mini sweep. Yeah, and that's it actually for the drop. After the drop I still have a short part where I only use the stuff without the lead, and I also use again the vocals here. Actually just the same, but without lead sound. So if you try to make a drop, look that the drop without the lead sound already sounds quite good. Yeah, that's very important. Okay, let me just explain very shortly, because I think I'm doing this very long already. The second break. Second break is the most important stuff is actually here some strings. Strings from Contact, I rendered them out because Contact needs a little bit CPU and RAM, so I just consolidated it to a sample. It's, I think, the same pattern as the piano, if you look here. Yes. Then we have also some vocal synth here, so to make the sound. So here, this vocal is routed into a different channel, and here is some vocal synth. And I also rendered this because also vocal synth needs a lot of RAM. So if you know how to use the vocal synth, I used it in MIDI mode. Will it start? Yes. I use it in MIDI mode so that the vocal synth place the chords of this MIDI out here. There are also some tutorials on YouTube for this, so you can just go check it out. Yeah, then here's some random stuff, you know, like FX. If you want to know something really in detail, just ask me in the comments. And also, if you want to know more stuff, like producing stuff, like making off videos, I think I will do this in the future. Just subscribe. And yeah, we have actually nothing more really different, really new here. It's all the same stuff is repeating. Here, of course, the most party part of the track here with the drop lead together. I also have here, because this is also consolidated, I have here another layer. This one here sounds a little bit like a pad. Yes, that's actually the whole thing. So here are one or two more sounds. It's just it's not really complicated, just presets from Serum, I think, where I just take what I just take to fill up the whole part. I think it's this one here, the synth background. Yeah, and I also added here again some pitch bend. This one here is the pitch bend automation to make it more interesting, to make it more dynamic. Yeah, and I think that's it. If you have more questions about the track, just ask me in the comments. I will reply as soon as possible. And yeah, I hope to see you next time. You can follow me on Instagram if you want. There you can stay tuned for everything I do. And see you next time. Bye.